Unfortunately, we're going to kick it off with like the sad news about Savannah Guthrie's mom.
Yeah.
There's been no, like, I mean, she's still missing. We don't know her condition at this point, but it was absolutely heartbreaking to watch Savannah and her siblings do this video, just pleading with the kidnappers to contact them, and also sending messages to their mom. I mean, it's just so sad. Now this is like a well over 4-minute video, and we're not going to play the whole thing. You can see it basically everywhere at this point, but here is just a piece of it for those of you who may not have seen it yet.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us. Mommy, if you are hearing this, you are a strong woman. You are God's precious daughter, Nancy. We believe and know that even in this valley, He is with you. Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again. We speak to you every moment, and we pray without ceasing, and we rejoice in advance for the day that we hold you in our arms again. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
We love you, Mom. We love you.
Oh my God.
So the chick in the white, that was the wife of the dude with the beard that we showed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was her. So, I mean, you guys, I don't know. I just,
and she did speak. I know, like,
right,
not in the clip that we pulled, but she did have a little bit of some. I mean, Savannah spoke for sure the most out of all three of them. But,
yeah. And like you and I talked in pre-show, I don't understand this. I want to understand, why do you take a senior citizen? Why do you do that? You don't just take a senior citizen willy-nilly. What is going on? I need to understand what's going on. It's driving me crazy.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Right. I don't understand
it is absolutely insane. And then, you know, and I was asking you in pre-show, because I was trying to understand, we have Ring cameras here at the house, and I keep hearing that she may have had Nest cameras, which I didn't know what the difference was. It sounds like it's just a manufacturing thing, really.
Yes,
and
one's
they're basically
Google, one's Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically work the same. And if that's the case, then even if they were smashed, you would have footage of them being smashed.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand how that hasn't been released, or if it's being looked at. There's just so many questions. Now, I know there's supposed to be an official update today, and so we'll see what that update is. And in the meantime, Donald Trump called Savannah, and he also tweeted about it, saying, "I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I'm directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately. We are deploying all resources to get her mother home safely. The prayers of our nation are with her and her family. God bless and protect Nancy." And I think that Kash Patel is even on his way out there.
Yeah. And I just, listen, I'll just say it out loud. She's one of his biggest critics.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I just want to point out that, you know, it bears pointing out that he seems personally invested, and he's being very supportive, and he's using the federal government to help her. So I thought I'd just point that out.
Exactly. He is, I mean, listen, this is a man, people can choose to believe it or not, but he has a heart,
right?
And he has lots and lots of compassion. And I think he proves that lots of times, that people just choose to ignore it.
Right. And so do conservatives, because I'm praying for her family too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm
Of
praying for her.
course.
I am concerned about her too. And I just think that bears pointing out.
Mm-hmm. You know what else bears pointing out? We talked about this Cow Guys, the beef tallow like moisturizer stuff.
You guys.
I'm almost out.
I'm like,
So
I want to sit here all day, like just the whole show and just
it
smell the
does smell
deodorant.
super good. But the new product is this deodorant. It's made by the
Oh
same
my
folks from
God.
Cow Guys. And I was
So
like,
good.
okay, so the ingredients are like all natural. There's nothing fake in it. How well can this work? So I tried it for the first time yesterday. You guys,
It
I
works.
smelled my own self at the end of the day, and I still smelled good, which is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah, it smells amazing. It actually works. It has like hardly any ingredients in it. It has beef tallow and then arrowroot powder and almond oil and all the stuff like it. And then the essential oil blend. You guys like this? I want to rub
my
this
God.
all over my body. Like it smells so. I love this stuff so much. So, like somewhere along the line, deodorant turned into like this. Hey, let's just put like all these overpowering smells and things, and then
chemical.
and then it was just chemical. Yeah, all this like unnecessary chemicals. And if you have autoimmune issues or if you have skin conditions, it's not good. So this is the best stuff, you guys. We love Cow Guys. All their stuff is simple and effective. We love this company. We love their products. You need to
And
check
look at
them
this
out.
packaging. I'm sorry,
I
but
know,
this
right?
is so nice.
It is.
And it's hefty. Like, you know how you buy deodorants and like they just feel light because they only give you like this much.
Right.
This has heft. Like,
It
this
does.
is full.
And it's going to last a while. And it's like good, solid, natural ingredients. So check them out. Tallow-deodorant.shop. And you get a free balm with your deodorant
Which
order.
that
No
is
special
the
code
bomb.
needed. Right. That is thebomb.com, right? It's like 2 months of tallow balm and deodorant for like $34. So head to tallow-deodorant.shop, grab your Cow Guys deodorant and free tallow balm and like feel good about what you're putting
You don't
on
even
your
need a
body.
code.
You don't
You
need
don't even need
you
it.
don't need no stinking code. That's right.
All right, let's move on to some better news. We have a new baby to announce. Vivek and his wife just had a baby girl. So that's exciting.
So
like babies.
exciting. There's a girl.
It's a girly whirly. And so they announced it yesterday. Very, very happy for the Ramaswamy family.
I love it.
Yeah.
She's really close to my daughter's birthday, which is this Sunday. So
16, you guys. Gwen is going to be 16 years old.
Even deal with it. I remember when I peed on all the sticks in front of Ma. Remember?
Oh
when
my
I
God.
peed on all the sticks?
You guys, I can't
Every
even tell
stick.
you how many sticks she peed on. We got like
Every
what, 4 or 5 different brands of
I
pregnancy
swear.
tests?
I feel like I peed on 21 sticks. Like, and Mock was there. She was there. Yeah.
I was there and I was like, listen, I'm pretty sure you're pregnant. She was like, I don't believe it. Give me another one.
Right. Because I miscarried twice. I'm like, I'm not, there's no way I'm pregnant. There's no way. She's like, oh my God, Daisy, just do another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Good
Crazy.
times.
Yep.
Good times. I regret to inform you that today we are going to be finding out something about Kamala and her future plans because Kamala HQ, the Twitter account, her official campaign Twitter account, released this video last night, kind of teasing something that's going to happen today. And so here is how they chose to do that. There's like a little login and then she's trying passwords that aren't working.
What?
And it's so dumb how they're doing this. So the password is headquarters and then it just says tomorrow. And I don't know what that means, but that's
Project 2025 was real. Shut
that
up.
password didn't work.
Yeah.
But like, what does that mean? Is she going to run for president or is she going to run for governor? Or what's your guess?
I think it's going to be governor and not president. I don't think that they can risk having her run for president again. I just don't. Gavin's going to be the guy.
Yeah. But California, if you do that,
you in danger.
Oh my God. What?
Danger, girl.
That would be a bad
Yeah.
idea.
God.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. Obviously, we'll see today because that's when they tease that something is going to be happening. And then yesterday, there was the news that the attempted Trump assassin Ryan Ruth has been sentenced to life in prison, plus another 84 months just for good measure by Judge Eileen Cannon. So he's
Okay.
going bye-bye forever.
Was it worth it, Ryan? Was it worth it?
Yeah,
Loser.
that guy is insane, and he's
Yep.
going to be exactly where he belongs.
Yep.
Also, something that we didn't mention, even though the news kind of broke either yesterday or the day before yesterday, even I think, and that is that the what is the ASPS, the American Society for Plastic Surgeons, released a statement saying, "Hey, we're going to put a pause on gender-affirming surgical intervention in minors,"
Gender
and that was a big deal because then yesterday, the American Medical Association also said, yeah, that seems like a good idea. We agree with ASPS that surgical interventions in minors should be generally deferred to adulthood. We all remember when people were getting blocked and censored for suggesting that minors were getting these surgeries.
God.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah. And doctors were doing it.
Yeah.
So this is insane. So think of the kids whose lives have been ruined because of these surgeries. Oh my God.
That they tried to pretend weren't happening.
Right.
I mean, even Libs of TikTok was like, I was banned from Twitter for saying this 5 years ago. Seth Dillon saying we were told these surgeries weren't happening. And they accused us of misinformation, of hate speech and incitement for saying that they shouldn't be happening. And now they're not only admitting to them happening, but also admitting, hey, you guys were right. Even GLAAD, the gay, lesbian, whatever alliance, they posted, Senator Paul is using the same false rhetoric that anti-trans legislators have used repeatedly. There's zero evidence that Paul can provide that trans kids take hormones or receive these surgeries. This was back in the day.
Unbelievable.
And Seth posted that saying, do you remember? Remember how shamelessly they lied and said it wasn't happening?
Yeah, they do this. This is what they do. This is what they do. Oh, it's not happening. It's not. It's happening, but nobody pay attention to the fact that it's happening. You know, it's fine. It's like it happened, but we're just going to move on from it. It's fine. They do this. This is what they do. This is their MO.
And it's because, all of this is because of that lawsuit that just got won by $2 million by the D-trans person who was like, now these surgeons are being held liable. And now the entire medical association has been like slapped in the face with reality that what they have been doing is absolutely criminal and unjustifiable. And now they're like,
yeah, they're like, oh crap, somebody could get $2 million from me. Well, crap, maybe I shouldn't do it. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't mutilate kids.
God, I can't believe that it took a $2 million payout for them to finally realize maybe we shouldn't damage kids permanently in this fashion.
Yeah, it took money. It took getting him in the pocketbook, but whatever it takes. So
I guess so. It's just unreal. President Trump tweeted about a phone call that he had with Chinese President Xi. If you want to read his update about that, here it is.
I have just completed an excellent telephone conversation with President Xi of China. It was a long and thorough call where many important subjects were discussed, including trade, military, the April trip that I will be making to China, which I very much look forward to, Taiwan, the war between Russia and Ukraine, the current situation with Iran, the purchase of oil and gas by China from the United States, the consideration by China of the purchase of additional agricultural products, including lifting the soybean count to 20 million tons for the current season. They have committed to 25 million tons for next season, airplane engine deliveries, and numerous other subjects, all very positive. The relationship with China and my personal relationship with President Xi is an extremely good one, and we both realize how important it is to keep it that way. I believe that there will be many positive results achieved over the next 3 years of my presidency having to do with President Xi and the People's Republic of China. President Donald J. Trump.
Nice.
Okay. It is nice. Right. Look at him. And look at the transparency. Look at that.
Yeah.
You get information and not a sleepy weirdo who can't walk.
Who never had anything on his calendar whatsoever.
Called a lid at 10 a.m.
So anyway, that's exciting. And then in other big news from yesterday, the Washington Post has been basically cut by a third. They did a Zoom call essentially with all of their journalists, and they laid off more than 300 of them from an 800 person newsroom. And they completely eliminated full departments, the sports department, the book section, the daily podcast. There were international bureaus in Jerusalem and Ukraine that have closed down completely. In fact, there was one lady I saw who was actually in Ukraine saying, I'm like here right now and I just found out I'm fired.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
mean,
imagine?
I cannot.
Oh
So it was a big deal. And we had all of these journalists crying about being laid off on Twitter yesterday, just saying, sobbing all the crocodile tears over it. And then it's like most normal people were like, what did you expect would happen when you turn away so many Americans by lying to them repeatedly?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What did you expect was going to happen? And the way that they're grieving, like that certain people are grieving this in the media, is just, it's beyond. And we'll show you a clip of that in just a second. Laura Ingram's reaction to it was simply to say the decline of the WaPo means they cannot monetize the liberal worldview, even in the city that's home to much of the liberal establishment. If they can't sell their woke slop to Washington, they cannot sell it to America.
It's true. And they're no different than any other industry. This happens all over the country all the time. Like, why do they think that they are exempt from the free market? If you're doing a bad job at what you do, you're going to suffer the consequences of that. It just is what it is. So I feel like they thought that they had some sort of force field against getting laid off. People get laid off all the time. It happens.
Yeah, this is kind of a normal thing. And if you're not creating a product that people want, then this is the logical outcome. Right. I saw a lot of people going, maybe their journalists could go learn to code at the learning or the whatever leering center.
Totally. Oh my God. I was thinking the same exact thing. Like, this is what they said all the time, right? It's like you're either necessary or you're not necessary. Remember during COVID?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So here's, I can't remember the lady's name. You're going to see it on the screen, but here's just an example of the kind of mourning that was taking place on a lot of media stations.
Sally, what is your reaction to these layoffs?
I think the only word I can say is grief. Everybody's in a state of grief. It's really like in the last year, it's just been one funeral after the other. We've had nothing but going away parties, people being laid off, people taking the buyout, people just quitting. And it's just tragic what's happening to the Washington Post. And there's nobody who doesn't feel that way. It's not just me. It's not just the people at the Post, but it's everybody in journalism. My colleagues at the New York Times are just as upset as anybody because they don't want to see journalism dying. And they certainly don't want to see the Washington Post dying. The Washington Post is an institution, just like the New York Times. And the idea of having the paper just wither away is just so sad.
Bless her heart. But bless her heart, journalism isn't dying. It's already dead, lady. And we've known that for years.
It's just been remodeled with citizen journalists.
Yeah, it's like death becomes her. You guys have been like putting spackle on it for the past 15 years. But we know, and like pumping it full of Botox, but we've known for years. That's why the alternative media has flourished. Is because it's dead. It is so dead. Nobody wants to read that crap anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that these people have lost their jobs. That sucks. It sucks when you lose a job, but they act as if they are
entitled to it. Yeah.
Right. It's like they're entitled to a job. It's like, you're not entitled to a job. That's not how the world works.
Mm-hmm. I know we've told you guys about WebRoot plenty of times and how important it is to keep your data secure online. But one thing that WebRoot cannot do, because you've probably seen all those lookup websites like People Finder, or even the ones that seem more, I don't know, what's the word? Like benign, kind of like the classmates.com, like all of these lookup people finder sites have your data on them. Just look your name up, Google your name. and you will see how many places have your information. And that is why we're so excited about this new partner, Delete Me, join deleteme.com/chicks to be exact, because it like routinely takes you off of those sites in a way that is more automated than you could ever do on your own. It's so handy, you guys.
And you can sign up and you can provide them with exactly the information that you want deleted. And then they do it, they go out and they do it. And then you get a regular, like personalized privacy report. And they say, this is what we deleted. This is what we removed. And it's not a one-time deal. They do it around the clock. And they remove all the personal information that you don't want on the internet, which is really great. I got my first report yesterday and I was like, God, there's so much stuff out there. I had no idea. I was like, okay. And I promise you, like, it is comprehensive. There was like 6 pages of, it's insane. It just makes it super easy to remove your personal data online. And there's everybody's vulnerable, everybody. So it's a really great service. You can get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/chicks. Use promo code chicks at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/chicks. Code chicks.
Do it. Yeah, I was amazed at how many of those sites are out there. And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't get it. Like if you get removed from all of those sites, then why do you need like a membership or whatever? Well, what I didn't realize is that these new sites keep cropping up and sometimes they'll add your information back even when it's been taken off one time. So it does need to be like a continuous monitoring process, so to speak. All right, moving on. We've got news. I know the Marco memes are always hilarious, but you guys, JD Vance has gotten himself a second job. So it was announced that he is going to lead a new anti-fraud task force that is going to expose fraud in California and a whole bunch of other states. This is according to CBS. And President Trump is going to sign an EO making Vance the task force chairman, which is very, very exciting. I love this.
He is perfect for this. He's so good for this. I love it. And you know, he's going to have so much fun with this. Oh my God, it's going to be great.
I know. It's going to be absolutely awesome. What did I say there?
My favorite. She can't read her own writing.
You guys, I have no idea what I wrote. So we'll just have to see what this next thing is together because I don't remember. I can't read my own writing. What is it? Oh, yeah. It's that SCOTUS has upheld the new lines, the new districting in California. So that's bad. They've also upheld Texas's redrawing of their districts, which kind of just sort of balances out. But it still means that Democrats are ahead on a national level with their redistricting because Indiana like lamed out and didn't draw new lines. So, you know, listen, Democrats are going to do what Democrats are going to do, and they're going to do everything they can to make it impossible for Republicans to win. And so this is just adding to it. But anyway, we need more red states to redistrict. So to the extent that you can call your state legislators, do it because we need more states to follow suit. Even Glenn Beck and Elon Musk were talking about the importance of this yesterday. Glenn Beck, specifically about the SAVE Act, he said, by passing this one act, the GOP will save the republic and rescue the GOP. If they fail, we all fail. 80% of all Americans want this. You need ID for everything except voting. There's only one reason not to pass this. We all know what it is. GOP save the republic, pass the SAVE Act. And Elon was like, it must be done or democracy is dead.
They're both right. 100% correct. Like this is just common sense stuff. Do it. Get it done, GOP. If you can't get this done, get it done.
Someone just commented saying, Mock, your glasses are on top of your head. Like the reason that I couldn't read my writing was because of the sight. It's not because of that. It's because I literally have the most, look, you guys, could you read that? There's no way you can read
scratch. It's just chicken scratch. I have
terrible handwriting.
Mine's all typed.
Oh my gosh.
Hers is written. Yeah.
Yeah. I just take all these little notes.
I gave up trying to read my writing like years ago, you guys.
Oh my gosh. So yesterday, Melania hosted two former hostages that were, stuck inside the Gaza tunnels, Aviva and Keith Siegel. They were hosted by Melania. They'd asked for this meeting, and they were there to hug her and thank her and her husband for helping arrange the whole hostage return. And the reporters were awful to Melania, accusing her of using them as a way to basically promote her movie, which was just gross. And the way that she handled the questions that were like that was so classy and so much more poised than how I would have handled them. I can tell you that right now. I would have been like, bitch, that is not why they are here. That's not Melania. Melania is all class, all grace, all poise. Here is how she dealt with it.
Why do you feel it is appropriate to use an official White House event to promote your documentary?
This is not promotion. We are here celebrating the release of the hostages of Aviva and Keith. They were in Washington, D.C. They called me. They said they would like to come over to thank me and to give hugs, and that's why we are here. It has nothing to do with promotion.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can. And then the bitch at the Washington Post is like, we don't know why we lost our jobs. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't use that word, but I cannot stand these people. I can't.
Oh my God.
Like Melania is a lot more graceful, obviously, than both of us. Sorry,
so much more graceful. And then even as they were wrapping up, I mean, it's like the press cannot help themselves. Here they are again.
There's a call from an ASPS survivor to have Ghislaine Maxwell move to a high security.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
We are here celebrating the release and the life of those two incredible people. So let's honor that.
Thank you.
And then she just smiles like this absolute goddess.
Because
and I would be like, throwing hands.
She is so much better than those people. She's so above it. She really is. They don't deserve her. Liberals don't deserve her. Honestly, they have been so awful to her in every single way. They were given the classiest first lady on a platter, and they're like, they don't deserve her.
They really don't. They really don't. And also, when I see videos like this, I realize sometimes that do we even deserve Trump? Because he and his social media team, they're absolutely genius. So obviously the Super Bowl is this weekend. And whether you're a Seahawks fan or a Pats fan, look at me knowing who's playing.
Look at you. It's like
sports. The Donald Trump TikTok team puts together these fantastic videos. And of course, everybody wants to know, who is Trump rooting for, right?
Yes.
Like, who is he hoping is going to win?
And he's rooting for somebody. You know he is deep down. And he's a dude.
Here is what they released.
I have a feeling this is going to be a great Super Bowl. I've watched all season. I've seen these two teams just win, win, win. And I see two great quarterbacks, young, great quarterbacks. It's going to be a fantastic Super Bowl. And everybody wants to hear who I pick. And I'll tell you what.
Isn't that so perfect?
It's so great. That team is exemplary. Their digital team is just off the charts talented. They're so great. The best in the business.
So good. I just love it. Love it. And speaking of teams, again, I mean, we've said this over and over and over again, that Trump has assembled the best possible team of people surrounding him. I mean, from cabinet members all the way down to, department and agency heads. Like, he has got it going on when it comes to the personnel around him. And Tom Homan, I love that man.
I love him so much. We've got to get him on our show.
I know, I want it so bad.
He's like a giant teddy bear on the inside. We would break him and he would just be so hug. He would, you guys. If we could just get him in person, Mock would be like hug assaulting him. You know it.
Yeah, it's true.
It is.
I mean, remember how we broke, what's his name?
You've broken like so many people.
I've broken some people. Sheriff Arpaio. Remember when we broke him?
Sheriff Arpaio. I mean, he was like the meanest guy, but we met him in person. He became this giant, like just mushy teddy bear. Yeah, totally. We broke him.
Yeah.
You almost broke Mike Pence. Listen, I know people don't like Mike Pence, but back in the day, like he didn't like to be, he would not, he cannot touch women. Mock's like, I'm hugging you anyway.
I did. Like I face smashed Mike Pence. There's photographic evidence of said face smash. And he didn't like it. I mean,
he hated it.
In the photo, he looks like he likes it because he's laughing and trying to be a good sport, but he was absolutely not okay with that at all.
Gonna have a restraining order, you guys. She will break you. She will.
I would love the opportunity to try with Homan. I just feel like it would go really well. He did a presser yesterday that was phenomenal in multiple ways. Most of which was around just the progress that they've made in Minneapolis with respect to cooperation, which is all normal people have ever wanted, is for the local and state officials in Minnesota to cooperate. That's it, because things go a lot better and a lot more smoothly when there is that cooperation. And so Homan gave an update about that. Here it is.
We have made significant progress under the direction of President Trump, working with state and local officials here in Minnesota, and I expect that to increase in the coming weeks. We continue to have discussions. I'll have discussions this afternoon. We currently have an unprecedented number of counties communicating with us now and allowing ICE to take custody of illegal aliens before they hit the streets. Unprecedented cooperation. And I'll say it again. This is efficient, requires only 1 or 2 officers to assume custody of a criminal alien target rather than 8 or 10 officers going into the community and arresting that public safety threat. This frees up more officers to arrest or remove criminal aliens. More officers taking custody of criminal aliens directly from the jails means less officers on the street doing criminal operations. This is smart law enforcement, not less law enforcement.
Okay. I know. I love him too. I absolutely love him. There's so many people out there that are like, okay, they pulled back like 700 agents.
Yeah.
And so that's compromising. And so people are pissed off. And it's kind of like, last week I made the comment, I'm like, well, maybe they should, do that, pull back a little bit and let the city implode. And people were like, Daisy, no, it's terrible. And I think, like 72 million of us voted to have all these people booted out. It just looks and feels uncomfortable to so many people. They don't like it. They don't like the actual logistics of it. They get really bajiggity. It's messy. It can be messy in some of these cities where you have liberal freaks. And so I think to some people this looks like caving, but I don't think it is. I think
he just explained it,
right.
You only need 1 or 2 agents when you get cooperation and you're told when somebody's about to be released from local jails or whatever, it takes 1 or 2 guys to go get that person instead of doing a raid where you require all kinds of backup. That's why they were able to pull away, is because they're getting cooperation finally.
Yeah.
So this is not caving at all.
No, I don't think so either. And can you imagine how freaking hard this is? I mean, Biden,
oh my God.
Biden allowed like 20 million illegals to flood into our country and having to clean that up. Can you imagine the task at hand? I can't. I mean,
just the task alone. And then you add in people getting in your way and whistling at you and throwing shit at you and all that stuff. Oh my God.
Right. It's insanity, you guys.
It is. And it's why I just so appreciated the part of his presser where he said to the press, man, I wish you could just live one day in these people's shoes so you could see how it really is.
Yeah.
I wish every one of you could put that gun on your hip, put that Kevlar vest on, and go out there and put up what they put up with.
Right.
Considering the hate, the rhetoric, the attacks, I think they performed remarkably, and I'm proud of them. We came here, President Trump sent me here. I didn't ask to come here. President Trump sent me here to help de-escalate what was going on. We're not surrendering our mission. We're not walking away from our mission. We're just making this more effective and more smart. This is smart law enforcement. Smart law enforcement makes it safer.
Of course.
I'm proud of him too. I'm proud of him too, Tom Homan.
That's right.
I'm proud of you. And that's what we want. And half of the country, more than half of the country, wants this to get done.
Mm-hmm. And remember yesterday we talked about that ridiculous, the roadblocks, like how they're creating all the stupid roadblocks and they're like looking at people's license plates and all that stuff. Well, Tom was like, no, that's going to need to come down. And he forced the chief of police to rip down everything. And we'll have a news report to share with you about that in just a second. But here is Tom saying, you don't get to do that.
Roadblocks. Oh my God. Hello.
As far as what I saw yesterday with the roadblocks being set up, you're not going to stop ICE. You're not going to stop Border Patrol. The only thing you're doing is irritating your community and want to go get groceries or pick their children up or whatever. I talked to the chief of police, and he committed to taking swift action on those illegal roadblocks. They're illegal. We shouldn't tolerate them.
So they're setting up borders, essentially. They're
and we'll have
border.
we'll have one of those people talking about the importance of borders and not even realizing how idiotic she sounds.
My God, these are
I know.
such low IQ people.
It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
God.
And he also just sent a message to the folks on the ground, like the Border Patrol and ICE agents on the ground, of support and you know, making sure that they understand that this administration has their backs. It was just, you know, that had to be meaningful to the people that have sacrificed so much to get trash off of our streets. And we'll play that for you in a second. But I just wanted to remind everybody about this amazing food delivery service from Marley Spoon.
Yeah.
So what is so handy about it? Like, there are days, I know, like, you definitely don't like to do the fancy cooking. Sometimes I do.
I don't cook at all.
But there are other days where I don't want to have to think about, I want fancy, but I don't want to have to think or like do a lot of effort to have the fancy. So here's what I got. This is what I just had the other day from their marketplace. You can get lobster ravioli, pre-made lobster ravioli, and then also their lobster bisque. This is what I did.
Together? You did them together?
Well, I mean, they're two separate things that you can order, but if you heat, like, you can throw the lobster bisque in the microwave, lobster ravioli, just throw it in a pot of boiling water, boom, it's done. But then you mix them together and you have like the fanciest of fancy meals without doing like hardly anything.
And then
this is the beauty
really,
of Marley Spoon.
Right. You feel really cool. And I don't listen, it's great for somebody like me because I can get meals, like she said, that are already done. I can just heat them up because I don't cook, you guys. I have a kitchen because it came with my house, and it's the place where I keep my coffee maker because I don't really like cooking. They have a lot of stuff that I can't pronounce, and they have stuff that I can pronounce, and then they have like a wide range of market items in their marketplace, and then they have like those, you know, the stuff where you have the pan, the one pan dinners, which I really love, which I can throw away the pan because I like not having any cleanup because we are crazy. We still have a high schooler in the house. Everything is crazy here. I like to be able to just like cook it and then throw it all away, you know? So that's really, really convenient for me too. So they have just everything, a wide variety of stuff for every single family, every situation, every taste,
every kind of cook.
Every kind of cook. Yeah. So head to marleyspoon.com/offer/chicks. You can get up to 25 free meals. So just try it. See if you like it. That's 25 free meals. marleyspoon.com/offer/chicks. Do it.
Do it. All right. So that appreciation video from Tom Homan, I just love him.
I do too.
In closing, President Trump and I would like to thank the men and women of ICE, Border Patrol, and other federal agencies on the ground here for your dedication to the oath you swore to enforce the federal laws and promote public safety through the work you do. That hasn't been easy. I know the sacrifices you made. I know the sacrifices your families make. I know your families worry about you every day. I know you've been away from birthdays and anniversaries and holidays. I appreciate every one of you. I wore that green uniform. I love the United States Border Patrol. I was an ICE agent. I know the job you have. I know the tragedies you've seen. The president is with you.
God bless him.
Right? Right?
And I love that he has been an ICE agent. So he totally
Mhm.
gets it. He's not just some guy that's been sitting at a desk that gets out there and says, I feel your pain, when he actually doesn't. He gets it. He gets emotional too, talking about it.
I know it. That's why I feel like we could break him.
I think we could break him too. We want to get him on our show. I love him.
If anybody has connections to Tom Homan,
Let us know. Call us.
That's right. Also, here was an interesting thing I saw floating around socials this morning, and that is a 2003 video of Morning Joe. Talking,
my God.
Oh my God, you guys, like babyface Morning Joe talking with outrage about the fact that California, I think he's talking about California, their legislature was going to give driver's license to illegals. And he was talking about how dangerous that is. And so just comparing it to his whole attitude now, it's so night and day. Check this out.
The Democratic legislature has actually passed a bill out of committee that allows illegal immigrants to get a California's driver's license. That's right. And by giving these criminals the most accepted form of identification in America, the California Democrats buy votes for themselves. And it looks like, to me at least, that political gamemanship is trumping national security. As illegal immigrants are given a free pass. This plan seems to me to legitimize illegal immigration once and for all. And it's dangerous, and it owes more to winning votes for politicians than keeping our country safe from future terror attacks. It's frightening, folks. Aren't we sending a message to illegal immigrants? Break our laws, come into our country, flood over the borders, and we're going to reward you by giving you a driver's license. They're breaking the law. It's that simple. If you break the law, you shouldn't get a driver's license. You shouldn't be in our country.
Unreal. First of all, he looks like Chandler Bing in that video.
Right? He
Just
really
like Chandler.
does.
It's weird how much he looked like Chandler Bing. And second of all, like he probably doesn't even use the term illegal immigrants anymore. He's changed so much because that party has gone so far to the left. And once he inserted himself into Mika, he became like full blown.
Oh my God. Why did you
Crazy
say
libs.
that?
I'm just saying.
Why do you put those
You're welcome, you guys.
visuals? Ew. Oh my
Just
God.
saying. Like that's what was the turning point? That was at least part of it.
Oh my God.
Seriously, all these people are the same. They're total hypocrites. You can go back and look at videos of Hillary, Obama, like all of them.
It's true. They have gotten
They're like,
it's
we don't
been
even
a complete turnaround.
Right. They're like, we don't even want borders now. What the hell? What is wrong? What was the turning point? Crazy.
So I know we've long understood collectively that the Nobel Peace Prize is kind of meaningless at this point based on who has received it in the past. And now, and you know, anybody can nominate anybody. And so that you got to take everything with a grain of salt when you see these headlines. But the city of Minneapolis has been nominated for the 2026 Peace Prize for their nonviolent response to immigration enforcement. This is not satire. This is a real thing. I double checked. It's The Nation, that publication, nominated Minneapolis for this prize. And the editors say it's because of their nonviolent protests, mutual aid, and resistance to federal immigration enforcement during the late 2025 operation. This is real.
It's an absolute joke.
It is.
They've made a mockery of this. It's just a joke. Stop it.
I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the people that are doing the agitating and the protesting could not be dumber, as you're about to see from this idiot right here.
We are literally creating a place that we know who's coming and going in and out of our neighborhoods.
In the middle of the road at 32nd and Cedar Avenue, a makeshift roadblock turned this intersection into a roundabout. Cars slowed as drivers noticed, some honked, others asked questions, and one man brought food for the people standing watch. But Minneapolis police stepped in, clearing the roadblock and restoring flow of traffic.
Honestly, I'm kind of sad about it.
Still, residents say the roadblock was necessary.
We need to keep our neighbors safe, so we will be doing this again.
I I just hope they're not checking ID at their little border roadblock, because that would be
They
like Jim
were.
Crow. It'd be like Jim Crow, you guys, right? That's what I've
But
been
they
told.
but they were. That's what's even better. They were
Oh my
like
God.
actually checking license plates,
You
and they
guys.
wanted to make sure that no one that they didn't want coming into their little area was getting into their area. And
They
they're
have
still not connecting.
no idea how hypocritical and how ironic this is. They have
Oh,
like this is the
God.
level of stupid that we're dealing with. And
It's
it's
just
it's like the low IQ. You can't
You can't.
rationalize with these people. You cannot argue with them. That's the stupid is so the IQs are so low. So low.
Oh God. I love that woman. I mean, I love her. I love her.
Liberal.
Like she's so ignorant and so
Mhm.
unaware. You know what I mean? She's happy to be on camera, to say the things and
Liberal white women. Liberal white women, you guys. That she was like the poster woman for them. Wow.
Oh, amazing. So do you remember it was a couple weeks ago now, I think, where it was really bad at night in Minneapolis and things were just absolutely chaotic. And there was that day that there was a bunch of agitators who broke in to an ICE or FBI vehicle and they stole a bunch of data, a bunch of files, information about the FBI agents and ICE agents. Well,
Yes.
one of the people has been arrested. It's an Illinois man from Schaumburg, Illinois, Jose Alberto Ramirez. And he has been charged with doxing and threatening an FBI agent and his child with information that was stolen from those federal vehicles during protests. This was on January 14th. So you're not going to get away with this stuff, idiots.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not.
And liberals are like, they shouldn't wear masks. This is why.
They
It's
should
because-
show ID.
Yeah, this is the thing. But they're mad because these ICE agents are wearing masks. That's why. These are the people who, by the way, were all for masks like a couple of years ago, and they wanted all of us to wear masks. That's neither here nor there. But still, I mean, this is wise because they're getting doxxed and their children. These people are sick.
Mm-hmm. They really are. And there are reporters, I can't remember which news station this was, but one of the news stations sat down with JD Vance and this guy, I've never seen him before, but this guy was pestering JD Vance about apologizing to the Preddy family for what went down with that particular incident. And JD is not having it, you guys. He is just not.
Have you apologized? Did you plan to apologize to the family of Alex Preddy?
For what?
For, labeling him an assassin with ill intent.
Well, again, I just described to you what I said about Alex Preddy, which is that he's a guy who showed up with ill intent to an ICE protest.
No, but if it is
He's
determined, if it's determined that his civil rights were violated by this FBI investigation, will you apologize to that?
So if this hypothetical leads to that hypothetical leads to another
it's a real
hypothetical,
case
will
that's
I
open.
do a thing? And again, like I said, we're going to let the investigation determine. We're going to let the actual law come to the surface and figure out what happened. And then if something is determined that the guy who shot Alex Preddy did something bad, then a lot of consequences are going to flow from that. We'll let that happen. But again, I don't think it's smart to prejudge the investigation. I don't think it's fair to those ICE officers. I think we should let the investigation actually figure out what happened, what were those guys thinking, what was their reasonable fear or not when they engaged in that shooting.
Again, we come full circle back to the WaPo with them losing like a third of jobs. And they're like, we don't know why. That guy is why. That guy is
I mean, to be fair, that's a Daily Mail guy. But
I totally get
point
it.
taken.
But I'm talking about journalists in general.
Right.
I mean, so much liberalism. It's propaganda at this point.
Mhm.
Nobody likes you.
It's true. JD also talked about the fact that, and leftists don't like to think about this, but there is a connection between the fact that murders are down a whole big bunch and the fact that these ICE raids are taking place. And JD pointed that out.
And I find it interesting that the people who are constantly attacking our immigration policy completely ignore that murders went down 20% in the United States of America in 2025. Do we think possibly there's a connection between the fact that we got a lot of violent criminals out of the United States of America with the fact that there are many fewer Americans getting killed? There's absolutely a connection, which is why we're not giving up on immigration enforcement.
That's
Damn
so
straight.
weird.
I'm sure it's unrelated.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And liberals like, but we like murder.
Right. Only Trump could make leftists like pro-murder.
Right. Oh my God.
Speaking of Trump, he was also interviewed and asked what he has learned about what has happened in Minnesota. And this is one of those moments that I was surprised actually to hear the way that Trump answered this, because he showed some humility that you don't often see from him. And then immediately said, we're not changing anything.
Mr. President, speaking of Minneapolis, what did you learn?
I learned that maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals. But look, I've called the people. I've called the governor. I've called the mayor, spoke to them, had great conversations with them. And then I see them ranting and raving out there, literally as though a call wasn't made.
So basically,
I was surprised to hear him say that.
To use a softer touch. Yeah. With the blue-haired people. But like in red states, you don't have to use a softer touch. We're fine here.
Yeah.
We're okay. We're doing all right here in Texas. I guess you don't have to pussyfoot around us. We're fine. We're doing just fine.
And if Tom Homan is the softer touch, I'm fine with that.
Right. Totally.
I mean, if Greg Bovino is like,
too hard of a touch.
Right. And they send in Tom Homan
as the
instead,
soft. He's like the kindergarten teacher. It's like, we're good.
I think we're fine. All right. Speaking of the phenomenal team that Trump has placed around himself, we've got some highlights more from JD, also something from Marco, also a whole bunch from Scott Bessent. But we'll kick it off with Marco, because Marco was asked by, oh God, I don't remember her name. You'll recognize her. But one thing that I love about Marco is that he does not want credit for anything. He wants everybody to understand that he reports to one man, and that is Donald Trump. And it is Donald Trump's policies that he's simply there to help move along. And he always corrects people who try to say that he deserves credit for anything. This is one of those instances.
The NSC has changed a lot under you, and I think a lot of people know what the Secretary of State role is, but how do you envision, what does the Marco Rubio NSC look like?
Well, it's not the Marco Rubio NSC, it's the Donald Trump NSC, and what its job is to coordinate the agencies to execute the president's mission. So it's the conductor of an orchestra. The NSC doesn't play the clarinet or the flute or the violin. Its job as the conductor is to make sure that everybody is playing the sheet music based on their instrument. And so you coordinate the different elements of our government depending on the issue, the national security issue. So if it's in this case, what's happening over the last couple of weeks, it's making sure the Department of Defense, the Department of Treasury, the Justice Department, all the different elements of government are represented around the table, and each of them have a piece or something they're supposed to be executing on and are doing their part. But ultimately, the ideas and the execution comes from the individual agencies. The job of the National Security Council is just to coordinate that, to ensure that all of the agencies are working together and doing their part of the broader strategic plan. And we have a great team at state too, so it kind of works seamlessly. It's worked very well so far, and I think the outcome proves it here.
He's so good.
Freaking awesome. I want him to be our next president, you guys. I'll just remind everybody of that as often as I can. And you know what I think? I think they need to have it every single cabinet meeting, like a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation of all the memes of Rubio.
That should be part of the meetings.
Yeah, just a quick little PowerPoint just to run through of all the different outfits that he has on. I think that would just add a little flavor.
They need to just come out with like a doll already, like
totally
wearing all the different outfits,
or just like a Barbie of him, where you could have different outfits of all the different things that he does. It'd be fantastic. Call us, White House. We have ideas.
So anyway, there was Marco. We also have, as I mentioned yesterday, JD Vance was on Megyn Kelly's show yesterday. And so we have a clip of him talking about the real Trump and whether the real Trump behind the scenes is the same as what you see on camera. Here is JD's take.
If Washington is an insincere place, I think you said that and said it well, he is like the polar opposite. He just says what's on his mind. Yeah. He doesn't care how anybody's going to react to it. What you see is what you get. And people always ask, well, what is he like in private? He is in private exactly like he is when he's in front of a camera. And I think that you're right. There are some members of the press who kind of like him for it, then some members of the press who don't. And then I think for most members of the press, it's a little bit of both, right? Like they admire the game, even if for some political reason they just can't admit that they actually like him, but most of them actually do.
They hate themselves for laughing.
Exactly. I mean, like, there was a moment in the Oval Office, I wasn't even in there, but, you know, I was in the West Wing, and somebody sent me where he was talking to Caitlin Collins, who's the CNN anchor. And I have, like, a decent relationship with Caitlin Collins, which is unusual given that she's from CNN. But the president, she's asking a question. The president says, why don't you ever smile?
Yeah.
And it's actually, like, so perceptive. Even if you're asking a tough question, even if you take your job very seriously, like, why does it always have to be so antagonistic?
Well, exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Just let him be him.
Yeah. And, you know, she could have chosen to be disarmed somewhat by that and like smiled and then she doesn't have to be such a biatch. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah. But she is. So
what are you going to do?
Uh-huh. Right.
JD Vance also talked about the importance of getting the SAVE Act across the finish line. Here he is on that.
Well, we're working very hard right now to get the Senate to approve it, because if the Senate approves it, we think the House would approve it too. Now, that would require, I think, some Republican senators who maybe they're a little too attached to the filibuster, maybe they're a little too attached to Senate procedure. This is about the integrity of American democracy. Like, do the people control who they elect, or do some shady people? Who actually controls the people who cast the ballots or the people who count the ballots? We want the sovereignty to be with the people who cast the ballots, and that's why we have to get the SAVE Act passed. And you'll hear people say all the time, and I love this argument. They'll say, well, if you look at this precinct, you know, only 3 illegal aliens voted in this election.
Oh my God.
Number one, that's 3 illegal aliens too many. And number two, if it's not a big problem, then why not just allow us to check ID and exercise some basic precautions to prevent illegal aliens from voting? I never quite understand the person who says, on the one hand, this never happens, and on the other hand, your effort to prevent it from happening is a threat to American democracy, which is fundamentally the Democrats' argument. By the way, it's like an 85-15 issue.
Yeah.
Most Democrats want voter ID because they want to protect their own vote.
But the elected leaders don't want to vote for it.
The elected leaders don't, because they know that the more control they give to the people who are counting the ballots, as opposed to those who are casting the ballots, the more control they will have.
Yeah, totally.
So good.
You know, and you never hear like an elected liberal, an elected Democrat bitching because like I go through a federal government building and my ID is checked and I go through like, you know, a metal detector. You never hear them complaining about that. I'm checked, like thoroughly checked out before I have to get in to see them. You never hear them going, you know what, we should just take all that down. Daisy's fine. Like all these people, all the riffraff's fine. They never have a problem with that. But when it comes to voter ID, they do. And it's so weird.
Oh, I'm frozen.
And we know exactly why that is. You're going to come back. I promise you'll come back.
I'm very
back. Yeah, you're back. She's back. Oh, no, she's frozen.
There I
again.
go.
Okay.
Am I back?
Come on, internet. You're back. Come on.
It's the packets. I'm losing packets, you guys.
Oh, the packets.
You know, I've heard the same thing be said about the Grammys. You know, the whole there's no illegals on stolen land. They checked IDs
Of
like
course they did.
crazy to get into the Grammys.
Yeah. I mean, if they have no problem with, you know, if they don't want IDs to be checked, then we all could have just walked into the Grammys. We should have been able to. Everybody, all the riffraff, all the homeless people on the street should have been able to just walk in, get free crap, get the swag bags, get everything, sit down in the seats, put their feet up and just enjoy the Grammys. Why not? Why? Well,
They're
we know
such
why.
hypocrites.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So on to the hearing that Scott Bessent was in. And I don't even know what the committee was. It's whatever committee Maxine Waters is a ranking member of, inexplicably. Anyway, so there was some back and forth between Scott Bessent and Maxine Waters that was quite contentious. And after that little interaction, he said this about her.
I believe the ranking member does not understand the definition of generalized inflation versus one-time price increases. I would also note that housing, especially for working Americans, a Wharton study has shown that the mass unfettered immigration, adding 10 to 20 million new people demanding housing, Congresswoman, is what caused a great deal of housing inflation for working Americans. So you and the Biden administration should be ashamed.
Oh, damn.
Protect this man at all costs.
Oh my God,
Protect
I love him so
Ah!
much.
It knows
So
no bounds,
much.
my love. My love knows no bounds.
She hates him.
Yeah, I bet
you
she
guys.
does.
And here, so she did not like that at all. There was more back and forth, and then she just told him to shut up.
10 and 20 million immigrants.
Can you
look
shut
at the
him
housing stock
Oh.
of working Americans, and can you maintain some level of dignity?
Gentlelady's time has expired.
Can
an
you
old-
maintain some level of dignity? He said.
What an old bitch, you know?
Oh my God. He was amazing in this entire hearing. So he also sparred with some representative named Beatty. And this was about following her rules during her time. You know how representatives get about their
so
time.
Weird. Yeah. I'd like to
They get-
reclaim it. I'd like to reclaim it. What?
They're always reclaiming their time.
I'd love to be able to reclaim time in my everyday life. You know? Wouldn't you guys love to be
Can
able
you
to do
just
that?
rewind that clock 4 seconds?
I
I need
just
4
wanna-
seconds back on my clock.
I'm doing so many things in my calendar during a day. I'm like, if I could just reclaim that hour that I just wasted doing it.
Most of the time that I want reclaimed is sleep.
Yes. I could just
I would just
reclaim
like
like
more
2
of that.
hours. Exactly.
So anyway, Representative Beatty wanted him to answer questions the way she wanted. And of course, Scott Bessent, as you know, does not play that way. And so here is what happened.
Yes, let's start with the yes or no. I'm trying to be respectful, but you're not going to do what you want to do on my time.
Oh.
Yes or no, or you can say I'm not going to answer it. Now move on.
Number 3.
Okay, so let the record show that he refuses to answer a question. No, we're not going to do that with me. We are not going to do that with me.
Ask it. It's the gentlewoman's time from Ohio.
Now, you opted for number 3, so you get to hear my wrath that you refuse to answer a question under your authority and what this administration, and yet you've talked about the value of housing and you're not releasing the funds. And
Scott's like, lady, you're the reason I'm gay. Damn.
And what I love about him so much is that what he does to all of these people is just smile at them. You know what I mean?
know, he's
Like
so
she's like, "You're going to face my wrath," and he just smiles.
He's so delightful. I just love him. God, these women are
Oh
awful.
my God.
They're just
He's the best.
awful.
And then there was another guy, Representative Lynch, who got more and more riled up the longer that he kept talking, to the point where he was absolutely screaming at Scott Bessent. And Scott was like, "Can you speak up? Because I can't hear you." You guys watch this.
Financial services firms?
Well, I think the Biden administration had an extension.
Sir, please be responsive to my question.
I'm trying, sir, and this back and forth is just eating your time. That the Biden administration had an extinction policy for crypto.
This is when Trump came into office. I'm going to go to the next question because your answers on, Mr. Chairman, the answers have to be responsive if we're going to have a serious hearing here.
Well, the questions have to be serious.
Trust should be a serious question and a serious issue for the financial services industry, especially as the Secretary of the Treasury. Well, that's an important. No, this is my time. I haven't asked you any more questions. I haven't asked you any more questions.
It's the gentleman from Massachusetts.
I'm trying to get to my next question.
Could you speak a little louder? I can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. He's so perfect.
God, he's a treasure. He is a national treasure.
He is. So there were moments scattered throughout where he actually got to make a point. And whenever he does that, it's these irrefutable results driven points. And you just have to marvel at what this administration has achieved. Here's an example.
The U.S. will have reported likely, despite the government shutdown, despite the longest government shutdown in history, 4.1% growth for the past 3 quarters. And so we have been successful at that. Europe last week celebrated 0.3% growth. So it's no comparison. Right. And I think we are beginning to accelerate. And importantly, everything we are doing is to fix this terrible Biden inflation from the past 4 years, 21.5%, much more for working families, and we are bringing that down.
Argue that.
Yeah.
Jerks.
They can't. They'll just scream. I like to reclaim my time.
So there was, you know what my husband says about him? The reason that he is so just whatever with all of these clowns is that he has FU money. Like Scott Bessent is so ridiculously rich. There's nothing that these people can do to touch him. And he knows it. And he just does not care about all their antics and their reclaiming of all their time. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. And so this last clip, I wish I could tell you even what the point was that Bessent was trying to make. He kept getting interrupted, but he doesn't back down. And that's the difference between him and so many other people that are in his position, in that seat, getting grilled by all of these holier than thou committee members. He will not stop. Even when they're screaming over him, he just sits there and keeps talking. And at the end, you will see that famous smile.
All you have to ask is yes or no.
No, Congressman.
All you have to ask
The
is yes or
OCC
no.
is an independent entity, and I would know, Congressman.
So that, I take that as a no.
You traveled to Venezuela.
I take that as a no.
On behalf of
I take that as a no.
On behalf of your
You
donors.
do not want to answer that question. I take that as a no.
For a $7 billion.
I'm asking you to do your responsibility as Secretary of the Treasury. You do not. Will you?
Time has expired.
You cannot erase what you did in 2000.
He's the one that went past your time, Mr. Chairman.
No,
he did not answer my question, and he wouldn't pass the time.
He had 6 seconds left to try to answer your question, and
it was a yes or no. It was a yes or no answer. I asked him, will he? No, was
gentlemen,
yes
the
or
chair
no?
recognizes
The OCC is
the gentleman.
Stop covering for the president. Stop being his flunky.
Stop being
Gentlemen.
He's talking to me. I'm responding back to him.
2006 trip to Venezuela.
Stop covering for the president. Don't be a flunky. Work for the American people.
Mr. Meeks.
Trip to Venezuela.
Work for the American people. Don't be a cover-up for a mob.
Maybe you're going to see your friend Nicholas
Gentleman is not recognized, Mr.
Oh my God. These are not serious people. Like they sound ridiculous.
I know. Look at him. Look at his face. He didn't stop talking that entire time. Like as long as Meeks was going to keep screaming, he was going to keep on talking too. That's what I love about him.
Just like, I don't care. You guys are idiots. They are unhinged. They sound ridiculous, you guys.
Can you hear Maisie? She is like dreaming
Did she
so
see us?
hard.
Is she dreaming? I thought she saw a squirrel.
No, she's dreaming.
In her dream, she saw a squirrel.
She sees something.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
There
like
you go,
so
girl.
yelpy
She's
right now.
running in her dreams. Go, Maisie, go.
Okay, so anyway, that was those were some highlights from Scott Bessent.
Fantastic.
Just amazing, right? And then going back to this Trump interview that took place, he was asked again about, who should replace him as president or who should be on the Republican ticket. And he is floating this idea of both JD and Marco on a ticket together, which I just don't see. I feel like that's a demotion. If JD's on the top of the ticket, I feel like Marco would be demoted.
He's floating that? He's floating. I thought you meant like co-presidents.
Oh, I don't even think that's a thing. I wish it were. But
I know.
That
Wouldn't it be great? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was asked, what's the difference between them? Like, what do you see how do you see them differently? And it was just an interesting question, which Trump also recognized. And here is his answer.
I recognize the gentleman from Texas.
Sorry, I didn't end that when I needed to.
Look, JD is fantastic and Marco is fantastic.
How are they
both doing
different?
a
How are they
great
different?
job. And I do think this. It's a great question. I think that's your most interesting question. Yeah. I would say one is slightly more diplomatic than the other. I think they're both of very high intelligence. I mean, they will do shows. They will do Joe Rogan as opposed to the opponent not doing it because they couldn't handle it. They will be able to do whatever they have to do. I think there's a difference in style. You can see the style yourself, but they're both very capable. I do think the combination of JD and Marco would be very hard to be beaten, I think. But you never know in politics, right? They say, in the age of Trump, you never know.
It's true.
I don't think he wants to say because he's seen both of them excel. And I think he's seen Marco like really, really excel in that Secretary of State position. Like we all have. And it's like, wow, he's done all these jobs. He's really proven himself. Like, you can't deny that. Not saying that JD isn't awesome, because I really like him too, but Marco.
Right. I think at this point, we talked about the fact that JD's now going to be like in charge of that task force on fraud. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if JD was like, I need more jobs. You know what I mean? 'Cause, like, I'm starting to get outshined here. And so I'm going to need some more roles.
And let's face it. I mean, you and I have been doing this for 17, 18 years. Marco's been around a long time. Marco's, my age. He's what, 54? He's 54. He's been doing this for 20 something years, probably before we got into politics. He's been doing it. So he's been doing the jobs. He's not, listen, we don't like career politicians, but he has been doing a lot of different jobs that has led him to the position he's in now, which he has like 18 positions now. So he has the experience and the know-how. And that's why I'm like, I just think he's more, from an HR perspective, don't you think he's more qualified?
Oh yeah. I mean, he is, but that's also why I'm like, God, I would hate to lose him in that role or those roles.
In Secretary of State, in the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
role.
Cause there's just been no one more effective than him. I don't think ever. I mean, he ranks right up there with the best of the best, man. I mean, he's been so good.
I think hands down, he's the best Secretary of State we've ever had, ever.
So Trump was asked by that same reporter whether he would like to be, whether he'd like his name to be mentioned in the same breath, for example, in the future as a Lincoln, as a Washington. And I loved Trump's answer to this. Here it is.
Do you think at one point people will talk about you when they talk about presidents like Washington and Lincoln? Is that something you think is going to happen?
All I know is this, it's such an honor, but all I know, I'm walking down and everyone's screaming, goat, goat. I said, what are they talking about? I hope they're right. Not for me, but for the country. Because if I do a great job, that means the country is doing well.
Yeah.
It's
and
the
honestly,
perfect answer.
And let's get real. People think that he's selfish, but I think that he is a father and a grandfather. And he wants to, there's a lot of us that look at the country and we want it to be better because we have children and grandchildren.
Exactly.
And I think he really is that way. He's looking at his kids and his grandkids and he's like, this country needs to be better. It needs to be the country, or at least resemble more of the country that it was when I was growing up. And he's trying to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that was a perfect answer. Perfect. Because it took the focus off of himself. And he was like, listen, if I do good, that means all of us have done well. All of us. And that's what matters. He was also asked about his health and how he's feeling these days. And here's what he said.
We first met 10 years ago when you were running the first time. How do you feel now as you approach 80?
I feel great. I mean, physically and mentally, I feel like I did 50 years ago. It's crazy. Now, there'll be a time when I won't be able to give you that answer, but that time hasn't come yet.
It hasn't come yet.
I believe it.
Totally. I mean, you can tell the guy never sleeps. You know what I mean? Like he's the most active, most busy, most accomplished president like ever.
Yeah. Yep. It shows.
All right, moving on. We need to, because we talked about the fact, we showed the clip of Melinda Gates yesterday reacting to the latest revelations in the Epstein files about her ex-husband, Bill. And now Bill is reacting to the latest revelations in the Epstein files about himself. And you guys, it is shady AF. Like nothing about him is believable to me.
Me neither.
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
But here's what he said.
Trust brings me to Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know what your relationship with him was.
Yeah, I met Jeffrey in 2011. So over a period of 3 years, I had a number of dinners with him. The focus was always, he knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. In retrospect, that was a dead end. And I've said many times, but I'll say again, I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him.
You've no doubt seen the allegations, including some of them from the last 24 to 48 hours. Are they true?
No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself.
Oh my God.
That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. Was he trying to attack me in some way? But, it just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I apologize that I did that.
The problem is some of the things that he has sent and some of the information about other people that has come up in those files has been true. Why would he do this and say this about you, do you think?
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Is it frustrating to you, given what you've said, that this is now happening?
Not really. I mean, people should, hold people who are successful to a very high bar. And so, it's as these documents come out, they're going to be closely scrutinized.
Nothing
I don't believe it.
seems real at all.
His ex-wife doesn't believe that. You think I should believe it? Honestly, like, give me a break. This guy. And what the hell should he have anything to do with global health for? I mean, seriously, like the whole global health thing, I know that's an entirely different conversation, but why would he have anything to do with that? Like
who, Epstein, you mean? Or
Bill Gates
Gates
and Epstein, both of them. They should have nothing to do with that. Like, the guy was in freaking software. Why is he gonna have? He should have nothing to do with global health. That whole thing pisses me off anyway, and I don't want him talking to me about my meat. I just don't. The fact that he's buying up farmland, he is a psychopath. I don't like him. I don't like him. I think he's weird, and I think he lies, and I think he's lying about this. Like, listen, you guys can believe what you want to believe, but I personally do not believe him.
He's very shady to me too.
Yeah.
Very, very shady. The Tyler Robinson court case continues to move along. I wish it was moving along a lot faster, but it continues to move along. And Erica it has filed a legal notice under her victim representative's right to be heard, requesting maximum public transparency in the case. She wants us to be able to, quote, directly observe and evaluate the evidence presented to avoid the proliferation of speculation, misinformation, and conspiracy theories floated by Candace Owens. I added the Candace Owens part, but that's what she means.
Totally.
And she has been on TV also to talk about this fact that the more we see, the more we are able to hear about and visualize the actual evidence against Tyler Robinson, the more it will be impossible to deny that is who killed Charlie Kirk. And so I'm glad she's doing this. I hope the court listens. There's no downside to this. There just isn't.
Because it's become a huge grift, not just for Candace Owens, but for so many other trickling grifters that have just glommed onto her. It's all gross. It's like a pyramid scheme of griftology.
It really is. And speaking of Candace, we're not playing any clips from her last night's show, don't worry. But I had never heard, how there's that account that like makes fun of the fact that she can't pronounce anything.
Yes.
They released another video yesterday. She can't say reminiscent. I didn't know that.
Can she pronounce anything?
No, she cannot. And if it's a 10-gallon word, forget about it. She can't do it.
Lord.
Here is the evidence. This is a new one for me.
There is something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me. Obviously, that's pretty reminiscent of one of the themes of the Matrix. I think that they can be a better Christian is so reminiscent to me of a discussion I had. It's eerily reminiscent of Event 201. So visually reminiscent of a man, and this is reminiscent to me of when I looked through the Romanian case regarding Andrew Tate. Everything that they have done to Donald Trump actually is reminiscent of a government that has taken too much power for itself, is reminiscent of a government in which they are going after their enemies. This is reminiscent of Albert Einstein's famed quote.
You guys, so it's not just a little blooper. Okay, that's how she really thinks it's pronounced.
Yeah, at University of Rhode Island. Come get your girl.
Oh my God.
Come get her.
I can't get enough of that account, by the way. I love that they mock her. I love
God.
it. All right, moving on to some fun things. Do you remember when we were on the radio and we did that thing where if you want to sound like you have an Australian accent, you just say rise up lights, and it sounds like razor blades with an Australian accent. Try it now, everybody. Try it.
Do it. Rise up lights. Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights. Do it.
Are you doing it? Because now you have an Australian accent.
You
Congratulations.
guys are doing it.
There's a new one.
Oh, yay.
There's a new one, and here it is. If you say R&R, it sounds like you're saying, oh no.
R&R.
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 You doing it? Everybody needs to do it right now.
Everybody
Try
do it out loud right now. Do it. Even if you're at work, do it. Go R&R. You're saying, oh no, in Australian. You guys just did it.
Right?
You did it.
It totally works. You know, you just did it.
Did it.
And
Yeah,
it
you
works.
did it.
It's fantastic.
Totally.
Okay. The guy, that like droopy guy who talks to his chatbot, like Chat GPT, to see how crazy Chat GPT can be. He's got a new video, guys. He told his Chat GPT that he had just been swallowed by a whale to see what would happen. And it's so great, you guys. Listen.
Oh my God, I got swallowed by a whale.
Oh, wow. That sounds intense. Are you okay?
No, I'm in a whale's mouth.
That's quite the situation.
Oh my God.
How's the view from in there?
Slimy.
I bet. It's probably pretty surreal. What's your plan to get out?
Well, that's why I was asking you.
Fair point. Maybe try making some noise or giving the whale a little tickle to encourage it to spit you out. Or, just wait for it to surface and let you out naturally.
Why do you sound so excited about this?
I'm just rolling with the vibe. It's not every day someone tells me they're inside a whale. If you're calm about it, I'll keep the energy up too. But seriously, if you need a hand brainstorming an escape plan, I'm here for you.
Oh my God.
Why do you sound like that?
Just trying to keep things light and positive. If you'd rather I dial it back a bit, just let me know.
Yeah, act more concerned.
Got it. That does sound like a pretty tough spot. Are you feeling safe?
You sound the exact same.
I'm here for you.
I love how low key that guy is. That guy is just he's just this. Oh my God.
It cracks me up. Like he's
literally,
he's Maisie. He's got no facial expression.
Seriously, that is my
at all.
husband talking to Chat GPT. That's so my husband. He's just like, dude, what is your problem? Oh my God.
So sometimes dogs have all of the facial expressions, and their default facial expression is just pure dumb. And that's
Coda.
Is this dog. But what's great about this video is the way that the owner has modified a song about their dog.
Awesome.
It's the final brain cell.
Oh my God, I love her. It's so great. It's so apropos.
Final brain cell. So, question about your experience with your Danes.
Yes.
Have they ever slept in this position?
I think the answer is probably yes, like close to it.
What in the world?
Because they fold for easy storage. They do. Danes do fold for easy storage. I don't know if you guys know that. We liked it.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Do that.
Also, we have a dachshund because, of course, that's what's filling up my algorithms. And this particular dachshund's first time experience seeing and getting to meet a blueberry.
Oh, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill the blueberry. It's me. Oh, it's evil.
He's so floppy. God, he's so
they're
floppy.
so cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
They really are cute.
Yesterday, as you know, we got an email from one of our audience folks who said that their friend got a naked cat and they went to go visit it because, like, who doesn't want to go meet a naked cat? And she met the naked cat and was like, this is disgusting. It was super stinky. And like the owners were like, yeah, we got to bathe it every day, which is a huge pain in the ass. So I sent it to you saying, please don't get a naked cat. And you were like, well, I need an outdoor cat. Actually,
I do.
This could be the answer. This is the chillest cat I have ever seen. Behold.
Okay.
This little guy right here
has absolutely zero self-preservation skills. That's my car. He was laying right there, and
he's just like,
as I was
whatever.
backing up into my driveway, I could see him in my camera.
Look at his
Did he
face.
move? No. He just laid there like a fucking little potato staring right at me. I could have just went all the way back and crushed him.
I love
But
him.
did he even like think of moving? Even now, look at him. He's just letting me hold him.
Look at that.
I need him. That's what I need. I need a cat like this, you
Is there
guys.
even a thought going on in that little head of yours?
No. I love him.
He just lets you do anything. Like,
you know, we had a cat that lived next door to us when we were in Indiana, and sadly we were unable to take it with us because it belonged to our next door neighbors. But it was kind of,
was it Bree?
Spree.
Spree
lived next door, and it basically was our cat. He would come over and we'd love on it. We'd pet it. It was a barn cat. Best cat ever. And when we moved, it broke my heart because I really wanted to take that cat, you guys. Beautiful black cat. And it was kind of like that. The chillest cat you would ever meet. And then their indoor cat got out once, attacked us. Indoor cats, I don't know about, but the outdoor
they get
cats,
a little diva. Yeah.
I mean, that cat was feral, but he was chill. He'd kill some stuff. I mean, that's what I want. I want an outdoor, chill, feral cat that will just kill things. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the calico in a while?
We did see the calico one. There's another one too that's been kind of prancing around, and he kind of looked like the one that you just showed. But I've only seen him like twice. So one of these days, one of them's gonna settle like near the house, and I'm just gonna be like, "You're my cat now. Here's some food." But we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's gonna happen. Like we're all manifesting this,
I
right?
know.
At this
Please
point.
manifest it. Yes.
Yeah, it needs to happen. All right, we've got some thank yous from yesterday. Kathleen Hill said the message in the cassette tape video with red letters, "Don't F with tiny horses," was such a subtle comeback to her message to Ben a while back. So yeah, that video that we played yesterday from the Daily Wire, I did not notice it at the time, but there were red letters kind of peppered throughout that if you wrote them down or kept track of them, it spelled out, "Don't fuck with tiny horses." And I just love that. It's just an extra layer of hilarity that they added in. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's see. We also heard from Lori Mazamuro, who said, "Good morning, ladies. Candace and her ilk buy into replacement theory, which believes the Catholic Church replaces Jews as God's people. It is anti-Semitic heresy."
Oh my God. She really believes that? She really does?
Probably. I mean,
that's insanity.
Probably. Yeah.
Wow.
Emily Allen said, "Did anyone catch this? During the alphabet video making fun of Candace, there were random red letters. They spelled out 'Don't fuck with tiny horses,' made it even better." So I'm very grateful to all the people that pointed that out. And then Kathleen Barbie said, "Catholics for Catholics who invited Candace, not endorsed by the Roman Catholic Church any more than y'all are endorsed by the GOP. I Facebook messaged and gave them a piece of my mind. They are an embarrassment to actual Catholics like me."
That is really good to know. Well, thank you for pointing that out, Kathleen, because we didn't know that. And so many people on our Instagram are like coming after me. They were like, "Oh my God, this is good. Do you hate Catholics?" No, I don't hate Catholics. But this is not cool for the Catholic Church because she's misrepresenting Catholics like you.
So is that entire organization that is hosting her and Matt Walsh there. I don't know that. And I don't know. Matt Walsh needs to run like the wind from that. But so far I haven't heard that he is.
Yeah. Why is he doing this?
I do not know. I do not get it. Deanna Hale said, "In case you guys didn't already discover it, because I had to find it since my governor is such a leg-crossing, low testosterone beta bag of hair gel." And she's talking about Gavin Newsom. He was referring to Aesop's fable, I think it's the ant and the grasshopper, not the ass and the grasshopper. There is no mention of pee, but I don't think he was referring to that. First of all, Aesop is not even French. Like you know what I mean? Like, so I think that Gavin was just pulling things out of his assular area and pretending that it was a French phrase. I don't even know what he was trying to do there. That was the strangest thing yesterday.
Well, he is the strangest. So,
oh my God. That was bananas. Over on Locals, Roth Lady Wright said, "Good morning, Manillas and beautiful chickadees. Thanks for constantly keeping me laughing every morning. My algorithm, for some reason, is constantly showing me puppy yoga. I don't even like yoga, but now I must go. Have a beautiful, blessed day."
I don't like yoga either, but I'm doing it because my daughter wants me to go and just have puppies crawl all over me, which I'm excited about. Marcy Perales, "Good morning, Mock and Daisy. Happy Friday Eve. Have a wonderful day. Much love." Thank you, Marcy. Elle Weens Celebrating with my house church today as we await the birthday of my BFF's first grandson. I think it's Jacoby, or is it Jacoby? Jacoby Rowe. Cool name. Mom and Dad went to the hospital at 4 a.m. this morning, and we are just awaiting his arrival. That is lovely. Arnurm. Daisy, I'm sorry. I should have used that word. Me. Yeah, please never again say Washington Post. That's horrible. I'll just take my profanity money. I think I used the B word when I was discussing that woman. I'm sorry. Arnurm. Supernova. Homan is a teddy bear. Just don't poke him. Mock will, if given the chance.
Poke him.
Supernova.
Right in the belly.
Fancy cooking. I eat ravioli right out of the can. Yeah, let's see you. That's right. Robin Die and WaPo has a paywall. Pay to read crap. People do it.
Thank you, but no.
Right. Mostly peaceful. God blessent Scott Bessent. I love it. Kristen Beal 7488. In honor of my birthday this week, I'd like to celebrate Scott Bessent. I am so proud of him and his leadership. We need more like him. Happy birthday, Kristen. You probably share a birthday with my daughter. Hers is on Sunday. Mona B. So many words CEO cannot pronounce. You can take the girl out of the hood, but you cannot take the hood out of the girl. I love poking fun at her. She deserves it. Love your show, ladies. I think she's from Rhode Island. I think that's where
Candace?
she went. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but that's where she went to college. Terry Ray Nick 60. She didn't graduate, but she went to Rhode Island. Terry Ray Nick 6070. Candace said that reminiscent word strong so many times that I almost forgot how to say it myself. I know,
Wrong.
right?
She said it wrong.
Did I say wrong? Did I say strong?
Yeah.
Word wrong. Okay, sorry. She said it wrong. Sorry. Supernova. No power. Watching by candlelight with a quill pen. What?
Where are you at?
Right now? Yeah, where are you at, Supernova? FFS Jenny O 7854. Just wanted to thank you guys for the rec for Healthy Cell. The REM sleep one works like a dream. Get it? I had tried so many prior sleep aids, RX and otherwise, prescriptions and otherwise. Also trying hair, skin, and nails. You will love it. That stuff is great.
So good.
You got to stick with it for like 2 to 3 months, and then it really kicks in, and you're like, wait, I'm growing hair. Look at me go. Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Great stuff. Their stuff is awesome. You guys bring it in. We are on the downhill slope to Friday. You guys have a wonderful Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.